Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. My name's Cornelia, but you can call me Corny, and my channel name is Cornyco, which stands for Corny Community, because I really want everyone to get involved in the talk around Japan and asking me questions and, you know, just really socializing with each other. That's what I'm trying to achieve, and to spark up some conversation and to give you insight into my life. Anyway, today I thought I would kind of like talk about my past experiences before meeting Taku and what it was like today. I've spoken to Taku about this, he's completely fine with it. There's no disrespect, this was before him, and I love my boyfriend to bits. So just talking about my past experience dating, calm down. I might do a couple more on like my experiences, but I'm just gonna get straight into it so it doesn't end up being a long video. This is not what I want, because I always end up rambling on. So I'm gonna try and stick to it, guys, bear with me. Today's experience is the time that I met up with a married man. Obviously we'll just skip to, he's already asked me on a date. Let's get to the juiciness, man, the juiciness. So we met up at a Izakaya. She was kind of feminine though, which I was very surprised about. Like he had like rings, a lot of rings on his fingers, and why did that only just click? He had a lot of rings on his fingers. Was he trying to conceal something, you know what I mean? Ugh. I'm such an idiot. Anyway, so he was wearing lots of rings on his fingers, and I remember when we first shook hands, he was like, nice to meet you, and I was like, are you sure he's playing for like the guy team? Like, and I remember his hair was kind of like, it was slightly longish, but he kind of, it was like, I call it Prince Charming hair. You know, when it's just longer than it should be. I'll probably put up a picture of like the closest thing that you can see to Prince Charming hair. But that's the hair that he had. And he was just kind of feminine. You know, like a feminine air about him. Kind of like a high quality air about him. His English was really great. He's really well spoken. His level was up there. I think he was like 40. I don't mind older guys, to be honest. I think part of me kind of prefers at times older guys just because of the maturity level. So I believed. We met up, we were just like, hey, how you doing? He was just like telling me everything about Japanese culture and about the food as we're eating in the Izakaya. But what I found about Japanese people is they're very informed, and they tend to remember a lot of information. Like for me, my head's like a sieve. This is why I do YouTube, because I forget a lot of ish, man. Joke is, like, it seemed like this guy had money, you know, like he was just like, order anything you want, buy anything you want, you know, I'll treat you, I'll treat you, I'll treat you, it's fine, yeah, just put that on the bill kind of thing. Oh, do you want this? Try this. Oh, this is good, try this. You've got to remember, I was very new to Japan, so in my mind I'm thinking, oh, at Izakaya, like, it's not so cheap, it's kind of expensive. It's kind of like tapas, you know, where you order a bit of this and a bit of that, and he was like ordering everything in. He didn't care, so it does rack up, even though they're usually generally a cheap place if you share, because it's for sharing. It's usually cheap, but we weren't sharing, it was a date. He was treating me, so he was spending a lot of money on me, and I was thinking, okay, sugar daddy, like, what's this what's happening? And we were talking, we were just vibing back and forth and just, you know, figuring out each other and just flirting and laughing kind of thing. And he was just saying like, you look very beautiful, and he's like I like your body, and you know, you're just so pretty. He just kept, you know, sprinkling in those compliments, and I was just like, thanks, you know, oh, yeah, thank you so much, you know, just accepting the, lapping it up. I was lapping it up, lapping all the compliments up, just having a good old time. I remember he said that he wanted to kiss me, and I was like, maybe next time kind of thing. Like, I don't know, you like that. I'm not ready to be kissing up on you. Could like fast forward a couple of months to Taku and I'm all over him. But anyway, there wasn't any sign of anything kind of thing. I remember him saying that he wants to do this again kind of thing, and I was like, yeah, sure, let's meet up again. Yeah, I'm down with that because I had a really good time. We met up again, and I believe it was another Izakaya because but it was late at night because he finished at like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night. And this happens a lot, to be honest. Most men that you'll meet, not everybody, but a lot of men that you meet, especially Japanese men here in Japan, Japanese men tend to finish later and work later. The shifts are crazy, man. Like they'll well, I know that taku starts at 10 and then finishes at like 9 o'clock at night. So yeah, it was just the same kind of thing, just talking and hanging out. And he just kept kind of like sprinkling the idea of he was like saying like, I want to take this kind of further. And I was like, what do you mean take this further? And I was, in my mind I'm thinking, oh, does he already want to be my boyfriend? Like, this is only like our second date, what the hell? He was like, yeah, I like you, I hope you like me too, you make me feel really happy. And I know it, if you kind of want to have fun, I'm down kind of thing. And I was just like, oh, okay, so now I know what he's looking for. But I wasn't on that tip at all. I was like, if I'm gonna date, I'm dating to look to have a relationship. I'm not dating to look to have fun because I'm just way over that. That was like, that's never really been me anyways. So I was just like, I'm not really that type kind of thing. I like you, but you know, let's see where this goes and progresses. It was just very touchy-feely and like suggestive. And he did kiss me. He's like, do you want to kiss? Like, and I was like, oh, you're actually asking me? Like, okay, this is Japan, all right. You actually asking me to kiss me? Like, you're not going in for it? And then I was like, yeah, okay. And he like leaned in. His eyes were still open. He didn't close his eyes. Yeah. He was right here. You don't know how to kiss? What is this? Like, this is totally awkward. I'm just gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna open them. Yeah, he's still there. He's still there. Okay, all right, close again, like that. I know he's still, I can feel him. I can feel him looking at me. And I'm like, oh God. Ooh, actually, it was kind of, you know, like the washing machine stuff. Whip, 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 just going round, around, around, around. Like, he did not know how to kiss. He was terrible. I don't know if he was trying to eat me or if he was trying to put his washing in there. I don't know what was happening. It was disastrous. The kiss was disastrous. And I was like, I don't want to do that again. I don't know, like the whole attraction factor started to slowly like go down. Oh, it was terrible. I don't wish that on anyone. This is when he dropped the bomb. We were talking about like family and stuff. We got round to the question and I was like, oh, do you have any kids? Because in England that's quite common, especially the older that you are, the more likely you are to have kids. So I thought, okay, let me just ask that question. Not that it truly bothers me. I prefer someone that doesn't have kids, but you know, what can we do? Here's me being ignorant. So I was like, oh yeah, do you have any kids? And he's like, yeah, I have a girl. And I was like, how old is she? And like, we're talking about her age and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, what about your wife? I'm guessing, like, when did you get divorced? And he was like, oh, I'm not divorced. I was like, what? Yeah, we don't talk anymore, we don't have sex anymore, we're really miserable together. Like, I'm miserable with her, she's miserable with me. You're not divorced? No, we live together, but I'm not in love with her anymore. Like, she knows that I do like sleep around, and not sleep around, he didn't say it like that, but he was like, she knows that I see other women and go on dates and stuff like that, and she's happy with it. I don't love her anymore, we're not in a good place, we're not in a good place. You're not divorced, you're still together, you're not in a good place. It's not a reason enough for me to continue dating you. What the f is wrong with you? Now in my mind I'm thinking, hell to the no. You're telling me, right, I decide to move my ass from England, where I've had ample amount of dates, so many dates, right, with waste men, guys who can't be asked to give me attention and affection, just straight out like, oh, I wanna this, like not pulling out chairs, not pulling out doors, not doing anything, right, just waste men.
All my life I had to fight.
No offense to some of you ex-boyfriends, you're cool. Because I'm all for the women, and I could just imagine in my own mind, like, how would you feel if you found out your husband was cheating on you, or like, you know, even like going out and spending time and giving their time and trying to kiss upon somebody and trying to have sex with somebody. I don't know their relationship, but all I know is I gotta get the hell out of here. So I was like, you know, playing nice and still talking to him and having a good time. As soon as we left, I was like, I ain't seen that boy ever again. Like, why am I gonna deal with somebody like that? Why would I do that to, so why would I break, I'm not a home wrecker. Why would I break up a happy home? And why would I be that person to help you cheat on your wife? I mean, no judgment to people that have done that before, but I'm just not that type of chick. I don't roll like that. I texted him and I was like, I'm sorry, you know, we can't continue to date or see each other. I wish you all the best, and I think you should find somebody that's like down for those arrangements. And he was like, yeah, I understand. And then the kind of truth, the true person came out, and I was like, typical fucking man. I come to Japan thinking, oh, they're all like gentlemen. Yeah, he's a gentleman to my face, but like the ulterior motive came out. This is what he's texted me. It's just two people, two bodies, and you know, I want to have fun, and if you want to have fun with me too, then we can. I don't mind that arrangement. We can just meet and do the thing. And I'm just like, what the hell? Maybe because he had a little bit of cash, he thought, oh yeah, you know, she's down. Like, girls like that, young girls love that, they love money. Everybody loves money, but I also love respect. I love respect a whole lot more, you know. And I'm not sharing no man with anybody else. Okay, so get it clear, get it straight. Taku's on lockdown here. Girlfriend, he even tried to text me like a couple of months ago. He tried to text me and be like, oh, how are you? Like trying to pick it up again. And I was just like, just block and delete. Like, I forgot I had you on there. I got a boyfriend now, I'm happy. Somebody who treats me like a princess most of the time. I wasn't expecting this because I've never really dealt with this in England before. I've never come across that type of person. So I was mortified. I was like, it's everywhere and anywhere. The more that I've been talking about with my friends and other people that have been living here longer than me in Japan, I'm kind of getting the feeling that this is a regular thing. I don't want to judge everyone and tarnish everyone with the same kind of brush. That is not true. There are different types of men out there. I know from experience of dating, and I know from meeting Taku, he's not that type of person at all. So I don't know, it just kind of threw me to hear that this is quite common of men cheating on their wives and getting a hotel with a younger so-and-so, and you know, it's all on the hush-hush, but people know. It's so weird. Like, apparently the wives do usually know, but are so passive that they don't say anything. You know, they're probably miserable as hell, but they don't really like divorce because it's just frowned upon. It's seen as a bad thing, getting a divorce here in Japan. They like to keep that whole nuclear family look going on. Like, it's all about appearance, and they're just off there doing their thing and cheating. And there's another thing I heard is about, well, actually no, I've seen it many times, like young schoolgirls walking around with old men that aren't their fathers. No, they're sugar daddies. And they don't care, they're that person. They're doing, open up their legs for that person and having a good old time, getting that cashola, getting those little gifts, and they're in their little skimpy school skirts walking around, and you can see the old men just, they're like salivating, and you can tell, you know, that it's not a father-daughter relationship because they're holding hands and they're being a bit touchy-feely, you know what I mean? So I just think you can get the vibe, even though in Japan they're quite conservative. There's a lot of seediness and shadiness going on in the background, and I don't know, it just hit me. It hit me at full force. I did not expect it. Guys, let me know if you've had a similar experience living here in Japan, or even where you are. How would you react if this happened to you? Like, what would you say? What would you do? Would you continue? Would you be like, let me just try and play this guy for all his money? I had a culture shock. That was a culture shock moment for you guys. If you have experienced anything like here as well, the same as me or similar to me in Japan, dating in Japan as a female or even a male, yes, if you're a male, speak out, man. Let me know, because in my mind I'm getting like it's more the men than the females, but I'd like to know if the girls do the dirty too. I mean, maybe they do, but I haven't really heard that. Yeah, comment down below, man. Let's get this conversation popping, because what's going on, Japan? What's this about? I thought you were all like holier than thou, like clean and pure. No, don't get it twisted. Anyways, if you enjoyed this experience chat, please give me a thumbs up and click subscribe. I do enjoy vlogging, and I do like to post my pictures up on Instagram, so you can stalk me on there. And I will see you next time, okay? Thanks so much for watching. Faitel, Gambate, peace and love. Bye.